Hi everybody, this is Lauren Broom from Space Coast Pool School here again to go over another item with you guys that I think really needs to be gone over for our Florida peeps, so that if you're doing anything with public pools, you know what you need to submit to the Department of Health. So this video is going to be about entrapment safety features that may be installed on a public pool because that public pool is on direct suction, meaning that pump is pulling directly on the main drain and other suction devices. So there are specific forms that have to be completed by the contractor when those are installed or changed and submitted to the health department. So the first form is called the Pool Owner Operator Verification of Safety Entrapment Safety Feature. It's the DH4157. So that should be given to the health department when you put it on a new device or you change a device because one has been damaged or something like that. The other thing that would be good to submit along with it is the Safety Vacuum Release System Safety Checklist, which would be for those specific devices that fall under that category. And then there's also the safety checklist that can be completed for a suction limiting vent line. And I will show you some different pictures and where to go to find these on the health department website and some other information in regards to each specific device. I wanted to go over briefly with you what is direct suction versus gravity feed. This is a direct suction schematic. And it shows you the main drain. This is the side wall of the pool, showing the main drain on the bottom, and the plumbing goes straight to the pump. So that pump is pulling straight on the main drain. Versus gravity feed to a collector tank. Here's your main drain. The plumbing goes to that collector tank, and the pump pulls from that collector tank. So it's not pulling directly on the main drain. And that is one of the allowed devices, other than the secondary devices that we went over or will go over in this video, that you can install if your pool is on direct suction. This is the Department of Health website for the public swimming pool program, and this is where you would go to get those forms that I mentioned. If you go down to entrapment protection, click on that, it's going to open up this tab. And here you can click on the verification form for entrapment, the safety checklist for a safety vacuum release system, or the safety checklist for a suction limiting vent system that you would click on here. You would get this form here that you would fill out. It's the safety checklist. And if you want to know what a suction limiting vent line is, it's something like that you would see in your system. It comes off the plumbing in the ground between the main drain and the pump, and it should have a screening or something over the openings so that animals cannot get stuck in it, but it will suck air. If somebody gets stuck on the main drain, it'll cavitate or shut the pump off. So that's that specific system. This form should be filled out yearly by a licensed pool contractor and submitted to the health department every year prior to June 30th of each year when the pool permit would expire. The next form on here is the safety checklist for safety vacuum release system, and that would be this form here, and depending on the device it differs on how often it needs to be checked. So let's show some examples here. This is a vac alert. This is a SVRS, or Safety Vacuum Release System. It's installed in the plumbing line, and it will cavitate or shut the pump off when somebody gets stuck on that main drain. So the vac alerts require monthly testing by a qualified individual. According to the checklist on the Department of Health website, it says that the vac alert would be tested monthly, and it should be done by somebody who's a qualified maintenance personnel or a pool contractor should test that device. The next example would be the VACless. This is another SVRS, or Safety Vacuum Release System, and that also requires monthly testing. And when we say monthly testing for this device and the VAC alert, you can either write it in the remarks section on the monthly pool chemical log that you did the test and it was satisfactory that month, or you can create a separate log of your own that you log that safety check as well. You don't have to have this form filled out and sent into the health department every month. It's a good checklist to use every month when you're doing the test, but it's certainly not required. You can simply just log it on your chemical log or on a separate log. Another one that would have it's the two different pumps that have built-in safety vacuum release systems. The two common ones we see are the Hayward and the Pentair IntelliPro. So these have built-in safety vacuum release systems into the pump. And of course, these have to be installed by a licensed pool contractor. In both of these devices, once they're installed, unless they're replaced, there is no required testing frequency or logging for these.